All right. Welcome, everybody. Happy Thursday. It's so wonderful to see you all. Can everyone see me okay?
Oh,
Yeah, good. All right.
well, we can see a bit of your feet.
That's okay. You can see if my foot steps forward.
Yep.
Perfect. Then we're good to go. Because we are going to do some balance work. So I want a little bit of room up top here for when we
Aha.
stand up. Okay. So make sure you have a clear space to exercise in, nothing to step on or trip over. I've asked that you have some sort of a weight. If you've got your stretchy band, good thing to have close by, as well as a pillow or rolled up towel, folded sweater, something of that sort, because we will use that in a little bit as well. No rolly chairs, so it can be quite dangerous, and it's best to be in either sturdy shoes or bare feet, just so you have a little bit more grip. And with that, we will get right into our warm up. Let's remind ourselves about breathing out through pursed lips. And while we're at rest, we can even breathe in to fill up the belly. So I like to place a hand on my belly just so I can get that feedback of breathing in, fill it up, and breathing out like through a straw. Breathing in, fill up the belly, breathing out through a straw. Again, breathe in and fill up the belly, breathe out through a straw. Now, same breathing pattern. This time we breathe in and lift the arm. Breathe out to lower it back down. Breathe in, lift up the arm. Breathe out to bring it back down. Breathe in, lift up your arm. Breathe out, bring it back down. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out and lower. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out and lower. Once more, breathe in and lift. Breathe out and lower. So now we're going to lift our arm and step out our opposite foot. So if I lift up my right arm, then my left foot is going to step out. As we breathe in, breathe out to bring everything back in. So breathe in to lift and step out, and back down to reset on your exhale. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Last one. Breathe in and out. Brilliant. Okay, so now we're going to reach across our body. And we do a lot of arm lifts and moving out to the side and across. And all of that is to get our upper backs moving. And when we get our upper backs moving, your ribs, your rib cage attached to that upper back. And so when we get a stiff upper back, it stiffens up your rib cage, which then limits your breathing a little bit. Okay, so that's why I get your upper back and shoulders moving, is because it does help with your breathing, with your inhale especially. Okay, so we're gonna reach across now as we breathe in. So we're gonna do that just a couple times, then we'll add in the foot movement. So breathe in and reach across. Breathe in and reach across. And this is where your shoulders can rotate a little bit as well. Let's get that little bit of a stretch across the shoulder blades. Good. Excellent. And now let's cross our foot over as we reach over. Good. So inhale, step across and reach. Exhale to bring everything back. Inhale, step across and reach. Exhale to bring it back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And we're being very aware of how we are moving our body, especially with our spine, and especially if you have any osteoporosis in your spine, then we want to be extra cautious to be in control of all the movements so that we're aware of how far we go and we're not doing anything, super explosively or uncontrolled. We want to just stay in control of the movement. Good. We're going to do 3 more here. So we breathe in and then exhale to reset. 2. And last movement here. Brilliant. Okay, now we get our palms facing up and we're going to pull apart our hands. Notice I keep my elbows still tucked in. I'm not reaching away. Okay, so we just pull apart, back in. You might feel your chest kind of pop forwards as we do that. That's great because we are looking to get that upper back moving. There we go. So again, breathe in, pull apart the hands, breathe out to reset. Breathe in, pull apart the hands, breathe out to reset. Excellent. Good. Breathe in, pull apart. There we go. Okay, and we're going to add in our leg movement. So now we're going to pull apart the knees without lifting the foot off the ground. So I don't want your foot to roll upwards. Just pull apart the knees to where you can and then bring everything back in. Okay, so pull apart the knees and back in. Kind of like that exercise we did with the band around the thighs. Okay, just gets those hips moving. So breathe in as you pull apart the hands, breathe out to bring it back in. Breathe in, pull apart. Breathe out, 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 back in. And last one, pull apart and back. Okay, kind of shake out your hands. Good. Now we're going to start lifting and lowering our heels. So press through the
Hmm.
toes, get those heels up and down, up and down. Okay, and as soon as we start getting our heels going, we're going to start thumb to shoulder, rolling our shoulder back, making a circle with our elbow. So one elbow at a time, circling back as we lift and lower our heels. That's it. Now, still think about your breathing pattern. As we start working harder, you might not be able to do a longer, deeper breath like we were doing at rest. Okay. So, just the most important thing is that pattern. Keep breathing in and really focus on exhaling through pursed lips. Okay. Good. So, now we're going to lift up our toes. So, kind of tap your foot to the beat of the music. We're going to take our hands and we're going to move them across our body. So palms up and across, like you're showing off a platter of food. Would anybody like some? Good, because we try to keep it in a line. Good. Keep tapping those feet. That's where the coordination piece comes in. And try to get as much range of motion as you comfortably can. Good. All right. 3, 2, 1. We're going to start stepping one foot forward and back. Stepping one foot forward and back. We are alternating feet. Step forward and back, step forward and back. Good. All right, and I'd like you to clasp your hands together like you're ready to cheer, except we're going from hip. We're gonna go all the way up as far as we comfortably can and then back down to the other hip. So it's up. Good. So those shoulders can rotate. Again, we're being careful to be in control of the movement. So one foot steps forward at a time. Get that rotation in. Good. There we go. Wonderful job, everybody. There we go. 3, 2, and 1. Shake out your arms. Okay, thumbs up. And we're going to start swinging our arms forward and back. Trying to keep straight arms and trying to keep your thumbs pointed forwards as we step 1 foot out at a time. Good. So try to keep your arms locked. We don't want to see the bend in the elbow yet. So straight arms swinging up and back. Good. Straight arms the whole time. And remember our factors or things that can influence intensity or change intensity. The faster you go, the more intense it is. The more limbs moving at a time, the more intense it is. And the range of motion. And then you can decrease intensity by doing the opposite, the vice versa. All right, now we're going to sweep one arm up at a time. Good, like an exaggerated hello. Hello. How are you guys doing? Good work. And as we do this, we're now going to step forward twice with 1 foot before we switch feet. So it's going to be a 1, 2, switch, 2. 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 1, 2, switch, 2, and shake it off. There we go. Okay, gang. Now we're going to be working our way up to get our heart rates up. So we want our heart and lungs working harder. You should be expecting to start breathing harder. Feeling a little bit puffed is okay, a little bit short of breath, but you want to make sure you can take a full breath. You want to make sure it feels like you can still, pause and catch your breath. No dizziness, no shakiness. Those are all signs to stop. Okay. But we're going to work for a minute and rest for 30 seconds. Okay. And the first one we're going to do is we're just going to pretend our feet are inside a box. And then we're going to step our feet outside of the box and then bring them back into the box. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. We're going for a minute. So out of the box, back into the box, out of the box, into the box. The higher up you lift those knees, the harder it's going to be. The faster you move those feet, the harder it's going to be. And if you get your arms pumping as well, it'll be more challenging. Good, so you're already halfway. That's good news, hey? Let's work on getting those legs moving. Remember to keep breathing out through pursed lips. We do want to get our heart rates up, but you do want it to be challenging, but also doable. So you want to be able to keep moving for the full minute. There we go. Excellent work, team. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got 30 seconds of rest. Remember your recovery position, hands or forearms on your thighs, keeping the chest up. The good position to help you catch your breath. Okay, well done, everybody. So our next movement, we are going to do some shadow boxing, because I know that's really fun for a lot of you. So the legs get to rest and we'll just get our arms, our hands punching out in front of us in 3, 2, 1, go. So you can punch. Some of you like to throw in some uppercuts. Okay. Good. See some of you switching it up. That looks awesome. Let's try to keep that core a bit tight and punch with purpose. So we're not just reaching our arm out in front of us, we're punching, and you'll feel a little bit more muscle activation if we have purpose to our movement. Good, we're almost there. You guys are doing wonderful. Get those heart rates up. Go, go, go. Well done, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. Nice work. Remember that recovery position is very helpful. Get back into your breathing pattern. Focus on exhaling through pursed lips. That'll really help you. Good. So our next movement, we're going to get our foot forwards and back. Okay. And you can push your arms out in front. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So step and push. And the pushing is optional. Remember, it falls under that. The more limbs that are working at one time, the more intense the exercise is. There we go. So keep up your breathing. We are halfway. That's exciting. Great job, team. Keep breathing out through pursed lips. Work to get your heart rates up. We have 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. There we go. Well done, team. Excellent, excellent. So we're going to do 2 more cardio bursts. So the next one is we're going to climb a ladder. So we're going to get our arms up, our leg up, and we're going to climb up. 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're climbing. So reach up and pull yourself up. So again, we add purpose to the movement. It will increase the intensity. We're scaling a steep hill here. There we go. Whew. Pull down. This is all about getting that heart rate up. Great job, team. Climb, climb. We're halfway. Do what you can here. Remember the different ways to change the intensity. 15 seconds. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go, team. That's awesome. Well done. How's everyone feeling? Thumbs up, thumbs down, so-so. Feel a couple so-sos and quite a lot of thumbs up. There we go. So remember, you are in charge of the intensity of all of our exercises, okay? All right. So we're going to do one last cardio burst. We can do it. We can do it. And all we're going to do here is we're going to step out and back in with our legs. So think of a skating movement, but we're just going to do one leg for 30 seconds and then switch. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Good. So tap that foot out and in. Make sure it's not just your foot. Want that hip opening up if you can. Good. So 30 seconds of fast and furious skating. I bet we're just going in a circle, but that's okay. Switching legs in 3, 2, 1. Change legs. That's it. Keep tapping that foot. Open up that foot. Go, go, go. Helpful to tighten up your core. You'll be able to move your leg faster. There we go. 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Rest. Ooh, okay, we're going to need a longer rest here before we move on to some balance work. Okay, so this is a great time to ask if you've got any questions, especially about the exercises today. If you need any support, that's what I'm here for. So please don't be shy. But we're going to have kind of a full minute. Grab a sip of water, get into that recovery position. Because recovery time is important. We just try to work for the whole time, then our actual work that we're outputting is less, right? So if we have a little bit of recovery, then we're able to work harder when needed to. Excellent work, everybody. So we're gonna do a little bit of balance work before we finish off with a bit of strength. So with balance work, if you feel comfortable standing, and we will have balance support close by, then you can stand. If you do not feel comfortable standing, then stay seated. There are ways to still work on it. And what's going to be helpful, and this is not exactly what it was for, but I asked you to grab a pillow, rolled up towel. You can always sit on it, and that will provide just a little bit of instability that will help you work on your balance. Okay, so that is an option for you. Otherwise, we're going to stand up. So with our balance today, I want you to think about two things. I want you to think about keeping your shoulders level. It's not letting your shoulders drop. And if everyone puts their hands on their hips, I want you to keep your hips level. Okay, so if we think about standing on one foot, we don't want our hip to drop. We want to keep it level. Okay, so all I'm going to ask you to do, and again, balance support is within grabbing distance. If your balance support is not within grabbing distance, you need to move closer to your balance support. Okay. Now from here, got my feet side by side, and I'm just going to step one foot forward, just a little ways. Both feet are on the ground, and then I'm going to stay there. And all I'm going to do here, and again, you can put your hands wherever you'd like. Hands out helps with balance. We're going to just turn our head slowly as if we're looking over our shoulder. Back forward, then slowly turn the other way. Now, if any of you struggle with turning your head, if you get kind of dizzy or any sort of vertigo, all I'm going to ask you to do instead is just right where you are to close your eyes and then open them. Okay, so you got two options. You're either moving your head to look over one shoulder, nice and slow. We're in control of the movement. If you're seated, you just have one leg up. Okay, and now we're gonna take our step back, step our other foot forward, and then same thing, look over one shoulder and back. Good, we're going nice and slow. Well done, everybody. That is so great. Good, yes, arms outstretched does help you balance. Okay, now we're gonna bring that foot back. Other foot's gonna step forward now, but if you need more of a challenge, you're gonna take your foot and the closer both feet are in a line, like we're standing on a tightrope, the harder it's going to be. So the more your feet are kind of stacked heel to toe, the harder it's going to be. So find your challenging but doable zone. And then all we're going to do from here is we're going to move our arms side to side. So the more the range of motion, the harder it's going to be. And I want you to think about tightening your glutes. Those are those bum muscles. If you need balance support, you can just swing one arm and then we'll switch afterwards. Good. And then stop your arms. And we're going to close your eyes for 5 seconds if you can. Ready? Eyes closed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, 1, and open. Okay, now we're switching which foot is forward. So our foot steps back, other foot forward. The closer in a line they are, the harder this is going to be. That was fun, hey? Eyes closed.
Mm.
Make sure, again, balance support is within touching distance. Nothing you have to reach for, okay? And we're going to start swinging our arms. And again, you can do this seated. Just one leg is up. And we're thinking about keeping our hips level, shoulders level.
This is almost like that dance that kids do, the floss or something.
Oh, yeah. Funny. Woo. And you can stop your arms and close your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open. Good. Okay, you can shake out your hips, kind of shake out your feet as needed. Okay. Brilliant. All right. Now we're going to work on a little bit of single leg balance work. So I'm going to ask that we focus on one leg. And there's two options here. You can either slide your foot out and back. And again, we are not shifting our weight. We're staying balanced. But if we need more balance support, this foot can stay in contact with the ground. Or to make it harder, we're going to lift that foot up away. Up away. So find your challenging but doable point. And we're going to move our leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch feet. Well done, team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so slight bend of the knee and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And shake it out. Okay, so a good quick reminder is that when we talk about balancing, it's all about having control of our leg. So if you find you can't stand on one leg, that's okay. You don't have to lift your leg all the way up. What you might want to start with, and everyone can try this because everyone should feel their glutes tighten up. I can make my glutes fatigue doing this if I tighten them hard enough. Is if you just practice pushing down through one leg. So this foot is not lifted up. I can keep it on the ground. I can just even lift up the heel or just hover it. But if you focus on, okay, my left leg, I'm going to push into the ground. So I feel I'm putting pressure through that foot. I feel my glute lock up. And then I can just start to lift up this foot slightly and then back down. And then again, now I'm going to focus on my right leg. I'm going to push my foot into the ground like I'm trying to create a hole. And then you can start to offset. This foot comes up just slightly, even just the heel, and then back down. Let's do that twice per side. So again, push down through your leg. You should feel that hip and glute tighten up because we're pushing a hole into the ground, and then relax. And now the other leg, push and relax. And you can even practice that seated, right? Push. It's all about getting that hip to connect with the rest of our leg to stay in control and rest. And last one, push and relax. Shake it out. Good. All right. Feel free to take a seat. Is there any questions on that balance piece? Because I do want you to work on it on your own. All right. Well, if you do end up having questions, you think of something, please feel free to ask. Okay. But now we're going to move on to some strength. Woo! And in our strength, there might be that little bit of balance, not one-legged, but remember, balance is about maintaining control of your body. So it can be worked on in different ways. We're going to do just 10 sit to stands. I know, so fun. But how I'm going to ask you to try to do them is by just getting your knees and feet slightly wider. Okay, so we kind of create this V shape and we just push through our feet to stand up. And then down, 2, 3.
And we lean
If you
forward.
Yep. So it depends. You can lean forward to take pressure off your knees if your knees are grumpy today, or you can challenge your core by not leaning forward. So if you try to just stand straight up, it's actually harder to do. Just depends how grumpy your knees are today. For example, the Okanagan has been super foggy for about the last week. Tons of moisture in the air, and I've known people and myself to have very, very cranky joints with that increase in barometric pressure. Okay, remember, if you're staying seated, that's awesome. We do our seated sit to stand, which is you just push your feet into the ground as if you're about to get yourself up and then relax. So again, you just push your feet into the ground. These muscles should still fire up and then you relax. Otherwise, it's all the way up and all the way down. Good. Push through your feet. Great work, everybody. All the way up. And rest. Good work. Okay. We're going to grab our stretchy band. All right, so we've got our stretchy band here. And what I'm going to ask is that you put it behind you and you're kind of going to get it a little bit underneath your bum. Okay. So the band is quite low. you're going to start with straight arms down by your hips, palms facing forwards. Now, really quick, we are not doing a bicep curl. What we're going to do is we're going to pull our arms forwards so that they're out in front of our chest and then bring them back. If you need to bend the elbows slightly, that's okay. But again, straight arms, pull, and back, 2, 3. Pull, back, 2, 3. Pull to where you can, and back, 2, 3. Pull to where you can, back, 2, 3. Pull, 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 back, 2, 3. 2 more. Pull, back, 2, 3. And last one. Pull, back, 2, 3. Woo! There we go.
Those are different muscles.
They are. So it's using your biceps a little bit because you've got one bicep that crosses over your shoulder, so it helps. But then we're also using that chest muscle, that pectoris. Okay, so we're working kind of both together to get those arms up. So a bit different for you today. Now we're gonna need that pillow, and it's nap time.
Okay.
All right.
I knew that would get you excited. All right, so we're actually going to put it between our knees. Okay, and what I'd like you to do is make sure your feet are kind of a bit underneath your knees, not stretched out in front. So it's kind of stacked. And you want your feet to be in line, not out here. Okay. So this is a hip and a glute exercise where we are going to first tighten our glutes. And we help ourselves do that by visualizing crushing a walnut between our bum cheeks, which sounds ridiculous, but boy, does it help us do the action. So we tighten our glutes, and then you're going to squeeze your knees together. So everything is squeezed tight. 2, 3, relax. Squeeze, hold. 2, 3, relax. Squeeze, hold. 2, 3, relax. The harder you squeeze, the harder this will be, but please do it gradually so we don't get any cramping. And squeeze, hold. 2, 3, relax. Squeeze, hold. 2, 3, relax. Halfway. And squeeze, hold. 2, 3, relax. And squeeze, hold. 2, 3, relax. Squeeze, hold. 2, 3, relax. And squeeze, hold. 2, 3, relax. And squeeze, hold. 2, 3, relax, and rest. That was 10. All right. How did that feel?
It's like the old BX isometrics.
Yeah, there you go. It's definitely an isometric movement. So what it does is it gets your hips, those hip muscles, so the muscles that stabilize both the hip and your knee. You got your adductors on the inner thigh, and you got your abductors on the outside and into your glute. So when we get them working together, it better helps how our knee kind of functions and how our hips function. And you might have even felt it a little bit in your kind of lower abdominals, pelvic floor area.
Yep.
Okay, so we like it when we get muscles working together in movements. So now with what you've got or your stretchy band, it's your choice. We're just going to gently pull it apart. And while pulling it apart and keeping our elbows tucked in, we're going to reach up partway and then down. So again, pull it apart, reach up, keep those elbows tucked in, back down. So your elbows are going to want to go out. You have to fight with them to keep them tucked in. Keep your elbows tucked in as you pull your wrists out slightly. So see, my wrists and elbows are in a line and back down. Good. Pull apart and lift. Down. Let's see if we can do 4 more. Pull and down. Pull. 3. Down. 2. Down. And 1. Down. Good. Rest there. Shake it out. Grab a sip of water. We're going to repeat those 4 exercises because that's how much fun we had with them. And if you have a question, please ask away. Okay, so remember, if you need a longer rest, that's okay. Take the time you need to feel more recovered. But our goal is to repeat those 4 exercises again. And if you'll remember our first exercise was sit to stands. Okay, so we had our feet and knees apart, kind of creating that V. You can stay seated and just push your feet into the ground and then relax. That'll still get those muscles going. Otherwise, we're standing up. And we're going down, 2, 3. Good. I see some of you holding a weight. That's a great way to increase the intensity.
I was surprised how much effort that takes, taking the pillow above your head and keeping your elbows in.
Yes.
Why is that so tough? Where is the effort?
So the effort, Barry, comes from 2 places. One, the effort to pull your hands apart and keep them this far apart.
Yeah.
Is your rotator cuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which are very small muscles.
Oh, I see.
And it's a great shoulder exercise because we want our external rotators in our rotator cuff to keep our shoulders stable as we go overhead.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
The problem is it takes more work. So what do our shoulders like to do? They like to offload the pressure.
Right.
And go up. So that's where the challenge is forcing them to do the job because they get fatigued right about here.
Right.
And we go, come on, keep going. Yeah, really good one to practice as long as you don't feel it in your neck. But you are in control of how high up your arms go. Kind of a step above if any of you have had a shoulder injury and you were given, this exercise where you pull the band out, right? That's strengthening the rotator cuff, but I love strengthening it and then making it stay strong as we get our arm moving. Kind of the progression there. I have completely lost count. So what do you say? 20 more?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
I think we're finished.
I think we're finished. I think we actually got closer to 15 there. Which is great, right? So some of you that needed a little more work, we got it in. And those of you that maybe need a bit more rest, you got it in. So this is perfect. So that
Very sturdy.
yeah, that's right. Our second exercise that we did was with the stretchy band, and we just had it down low, and you can kind of tuck it a little bit underneath your derriere. And from there, our palms face forwards. And as best you can with straight arms, we're going to pull up and together, and then back, 2, 3. Pull. Helpful to breathe out as we pull, back, 2, 3. Pull. If you start feeling this in your neck at all, if your shoulder's not quite ready for a straight arm, then the more you bend your arm, the easier it'll be, the more doable it'll be. Back, 2, 3. Pull. Back, 2, 3. Pull. Back, 2, 3. Pull. Back, 2, 3. Pull. Back, 2, 3. 2 more. Pull. Back, 2, 3. And last one. Pull. Back, 2, 3. Rest. Whew. There we go. Kind of shake your arms out, shake your shoulders out. Fantastic work. All right. Now from there, we've got our pillow, towel, whatever you had. We're going to put it back between our knees. And if you want to make this more challenging, I would encourage you to grab a weight, and you can either push the weight out as you do this, or just hold it in front of you, but it is optional. So ready? We tighten up our glutes first, and then squeeze our knees together, and then back off. Ready? So squeeze, hold, 2, 3, rest. 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 And squeeze, hold, 2, 3, rest. Squeeze, hold, 2, 3, rest. And squeeze, hold, 2, 3, rest. 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 And last one, squeeze, hold, 2, 3, rest. Okay. Perfect. Now you can either grab stretchy band or hold on to your rolled up towel or pillow. You're going to pull it apart. You're going to keep those elbows tucked in. And then we're just going to lift up even part way and then back down. Pull apart, lift, back down. Good. Pull apart, lift, back down. You can even do this with a cloth, right? Just hold the cloth between your hands and pull it. But you do want that pulling movement, that the pulling apart gets your external rotators going. Good. So go at your own pace. You don't even have to go very far up. Even if you go just that tiny bit up and back down, boy, will you still feel it. So really keep those elbows tucked in. Even if you just go a tiny bit up, Just do what you can, right? Doing what you can still gets you stronger. Doing beyond what you can often doesn't. And once more. All right. And rest, team. Well done. Whew. Okay, we're going to shift into some stretching here. Remember, stretch time is the perfect time to ask questions, to chat with each other, and let's really get connected as a community because, boys, this is a wonderful, wonderful group. And then just listening for me to say change or switch. So we're just going to pull up that elbow, push it back. Good work, team. Change. How are the exercises today, everybody?
Very good.
Good. We had some fun with them.
Helps to keep the back really straight doing them.
Yes, absolutely.
I
That's
found
good.
if I caught myself slouching a little bit, it was more difficult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we call that when your spine is in alignment and stiff, we're actually able to have more power output and more strength.
Yeah.
So it's very, very helpful. And switch, we're going to just grab underneath our chair, really gently tilt our heads to the side. And so we definitely have a couple people that have only been to a few classes, and I'd love to hear from you how everything is going so far. Are you enjoying your experience?
My name is Susan. My last name is Switch, so I always hesitate when you say Switch. I think they're
Oh,
calling me. But,
oh
but anyway, this is my first time. This
no.
is really
Oh,
good. Although I just got a brace and stitches out of my leg yesterday, so I can't
yeah.
really move my leg around much. But it should be. It's better now that I can't really push and pull it too much right now. But anyway,
Yeah,
it's great. Thank you.
that's good. Change sides. Well, welcome, Susan. It's wonderful to have you. And, one of the most important things with an injury, especially if we can't work the injured side too much, is to keep working the non-injured side. And that will help us actually maintain strength in both legs or both sides. And it will help you recover faster. And once you're able to move that leg, you won't have lost as much muscle or strength in it.
Well, that's interesting. I wouldn't have thought of that. Thank you. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it has to do with the crossover effect from your central nervous system
Oh, yeah.
because
Okay.
your nervous system is responsible for communicating to your muscles and telling them when to work. And so we maintain some of that connection, so we don't lose as much strength. They've done lots of studies with people in casts for
Right.
6 to 8 weeks and all sorts of stuff. It's really, really interesting. Let's stretch a leg out, reach towards your toes. So yeah, even when you can't work one leg, try to work the other leg still, and it'll be great.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Of course. Of course. How did you find the pillow between the knees and squeezing?
Well, I didn't know you were supposed to have a pillow, so I'm a little out of it today. So
Oh, that's okay. That's
yeah.
okay. You can always just get your hands there as well, and
Right. I
never works
also
like
have a wheelie chair, so I'll have to get it
a
all fixed up for next time.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, I've seen it happen and heard of it happening where the wheels that are meant to move at the wrong time.
Ah, Okay.
So that's why just something sturdy to sit on is always best. Switch legs.
Just a good old kitchen chair.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes,
Yep.
hello.
Oh, I don't really know how to use these things, but I was surprised at how hard it is to do the coordination between moving your arms and legs. This
Oh,
is my
yeah.
second time and I did better, but the first time, what a klutz I am. And also how the exercises look kind of simple, but you sure can feel them in your body. So thank you. That's all.
That's awesome. Well done. And welcome back. I'm so glad you had a good first experience that you came back. Stick with it. You're doing
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm glad no one could really see me, but I am getting better. Yeah.
Don't worry. On everybody's screen, pretty much people can only see me.
Yeah. That's good because I am totally arms this way and then yeah,
Oh, yeah. It
it's not
happens to
easy.
everybody. It
And
happens to everybody.
you sit there and it's like so easy and you're there, holy. But you
Yeah.
get it. Yeah. Thank you.
Of course. You can pull your leg, either keep it on your shin or pull it up onto your thigh. That's always one of the main pieces of feedback I get from, and a lot of people in the group today will go, oh yeah, that coordination stuff is hard. And I usually make some sort of a joke about, it's just for my entertainment, but it really does benefit you. It's gets the brain working, not just the body.
Mhm.
It's hard.
You do it just to trick us up, that's all.
That's right. Just for you, Ted.
Yeah, it's working.
There we go.
Thank you,
And
Jim. It's my
of course.
third class today.
Yeah, me too. You're doing wonderful.
Yes, and I was surprised about the balance exercises.
Mm.
I thought, oh, this is no balance. And oh, after I closed my eyes, I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Change legs. Yeah, we rely so much on our vision to tell us where we are in the space around us.
Mhm.
That's where lots of us have maybe heard when we're trying to keep our balance, people say, oh, focus on something that's not moving.
Mhm.
So then the moment we get our heads turning and looking up and our eyes closed, our whole body is going, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really good. All right. So let's we'll hold this for kind of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll put our foot back down. And then I'm just going to invite everyone to take a deep breath in with me, however you'd like, hands on your belly, out to the side, overhead, whatever you would like to do. We're going to breathe in, and then slow and steady through pursed lips. Good. And again, deep breath in, out through pursed lips. Excellent. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Give a little high five to the screen, to yourself. Well done. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks.
Goodbye.